That a Descendant? Finally here. Took you long enough. While you were lost in the void, there was an incident which meant the Vulcans jammed our communication with HQ. Unfortunately, I'm in a situation at the moment, and I can't engage. Why did the Vulcans here all of a sudden? Damn it! I don't know. I'll try to get the comms back up once you've lured the Vulcans out. I've got the objective locked down, so I need you to do some of the heavy lifting.
Fix this.
Saving their jamming device. Our comms should be back up soon.
Please respond.
HQ, come in.
Keelan, you're alive. And I can also confirm the Descendant's biosignal. Keelan, your biosignals are unstable.
It's just a scratch.
That's more than a scratch. Keelan, Descendant! I'm glad you're both alive. I was terrified when I heard we lost comms.
Don't worry, I'm fine. And the dog... Doggo is fine too. This dog... It's reading my thoughts. I think it's connected to my arcade. I thought to myself, stop barking, be quiet. And it stopped. It's intriguing. And cute.
Well, that's a shock. I didn't know you liked dogs.
No small talk during operations in this. I like cats too, by the way.
No small talk during operations.
Why you just wait till I get back.
You can see each other shortly. You are to cease operations and return immediately. Keelan, I have your current coordinates. Transferring you to Albion now.
Okay. See you in Albion, Descendant.
Transferring the Descendant next. Wait. Descendant, we have detected communication packets concentrated at a specific point. I apologize. This data needs to be verified. I will send the target zone to your receive. deleting the collected data. Descendant, we must stop them if we want to see the information that our enemies have gathered. Descendant, please report to HQ immediately.
Descendant, I'm glad you made it back safely. I heard the amount of pressure in the Void Abyss was huge. And yet you still managed to complete the operation. You really are talented. I'd love to have you join our unit. Wouldn't that be great, Keelan?
Sure, they're useful enough. They don't get in the way and they can hold their own. Thanks to you, the mission was a success. You did well, even though you weren't trained for it. Inez, why are you looking at me like that?
Wow! The Void Abyss really is a scary place. It's changed your arcade traits, and now it's even changed your personality. I've never heard you compliment anyone before. Keelan's still in there somewhere, right?
Never mind. Descendant, you should pay HQ a visit. I hear they're preparing a follow-up operation. Inez, I've got to drop by the Magister Research Institute. I'm a little worried about that doggo we rescued.
Wow! I swear that didn't sound like Keelan. I didn't know he liked dogs.
Do you think that strategic planning is easy? Descendant, I've been waiting for you. First of all, thank you for your hard work you put into this operation. An impressive achievement for your first void vessel exploration. It's no wonder Hound wants to recruit you. It's not entirely because of that success, but it has been decided that for the time being, you'll be assigned to void vessel exploration missions. VV-072 is unlike any void vessel that we've discovered so far. It doesn't look like a Vulgus ship, and I'm concerned that the Vulgus have already taken control of its interior. Also, the Vulgus seem to be using a dedicated exploratory force similar to our Hound unit. We need to find out what they are doing on VV-072 and what they are looking for. Descendant, I want you to conduct a second search operation. I'll contact Hound to assist you.
Well, I didn't expect you to be rushed into another operation this fast. While we're here, Descendant, can you come and see me for a moment? There you are. I'm as confused as you are by HQ's decision. A redeployment so soon after your return.
Though I can see why HQ ordered it. It's the Void Abyss after all. And there are Vulgus all over VV-072.
And unfortunately, the data you collected contained very few valuable leads. Plus the unexpected Vulgus presence. I suppose HQ had no choice.
The presence of the Vulgus on VV-072 means it's likely they're also looking for something there. Probably information that could give them an advantage over us. Traveling into the Void Abyss isn't easy, even for the Vulgus. There must be something important for them to take that risk. If VV-072 is a Vulgus ship, they have the advantage. We won't be able to stop whatever the Vulgus are planning if we fall behind now. That's why a second sweep is absolutely necessary.
Keelan's right. So I pulled something together as well. This device contains a code to break the Vulgus algorithm. When the specialized code loaded onto this device is activated, it will automatically collect Vulgus records from all over the Void Vessel. Analyzing those records will tell us why the Vulgus came to VV-072. I'm counting on you, Descendant.
Descendant, I hear you're planning further operations in the recently discovered Void Vessel. I have a favor to ask. Can you come to the Research Institute?
Humanity is very weak. That's why humans need us so desperately. You found some special data from the Void Abyss. Intriguing and captivating data, in fact. The organism that Keelan rescued from the Void Vessel is no ordinary dog. It's the product of highly complex and sophisticated genetic engineering involving RK. The signal picked up in the Void Abyss was a sensor of sorts, the organism's response to Keelan's RK waves. Up until this point, only Descendants have been able to respond to and detect RK. But it seems that this organism has a very specialized sensitivity to RK. We are discovering new possibilities for this fascinating creature every day. Similar to when we first saw the possibilities of humanity. The Magisters speculate that this organism was created by the ancestors. It's just a theory, for now, of course. We've categorized this organism as a new species, an RK Fellow. This category means that it's a being that responds to RK and can help Descendants in a variety of ways, which is, of course, what we plan to use them for. I've also discovered a way to research Fellow, given enough materials. But as this organism came from the Void Vessel, you'll need to gather the materials from there. I'm hoping you'll be able to help me collect the materials I need to research this organism while you're on other operations.
About the Colossi.
Launching Void Vessel exploration operation.
glory, the great offering. The void energy. Come, bring me. I need to get back to the anti-void ship. Master Corel, watch yourself for me. This is the report you asked for. Ingris Dread Harbor and the anti-void ship. It is as they report. Conditions compromised. It is unaffected. At any depth of the void abyss. It is the same for the anti-void ship. We had an 87.32% reduction in scout losses. If this is Abel's source technology, I suspect he has more. Just keep me in the order, Corel. For the sake of your legion, I shall force Abel to relinquish the technologies he is hiding. Enough! Abel is under my control. For example, even if it costs me my life. operation duration has been extended by 13 times, and losses reduced by 87.32%. These results will satisfy lesser needs, not yours. scattered throughout the ship. According to Avon, the encrypted location of the sealed iron heart left by the modern ancestors will be found here. Do you understand? The glorious moment for Master Corell and Khipov finally approaches. It has been a century since Master Corell embarked on this task. Sacrifice your lives so that we may acquire all that we need. You are dismissed.
Descendant, I've analyzed the data you've uploaded to your receive channel. There are some anomalies. I was wondering if you had a moment to discuss them. There you are. You've done a great job collecting the data. I've processed and analyzed the information you uploaded. Let me break it down for you. Firstly, we only discovered VV072 recently, but the Vulgus records go back way before we discovered it. That means the Vulgus didn't discover VV072 around the same time as we did. They'd already been there for a long time. Luckily, the data you collected was quite detailed, giving us some clues as to why the Vulgus went to VV072 and what they've been looking for there all this time. For starters, the information the Vulgus are after is probably related to the Ironhearts, and it's most likely the information on where the Ironhearts are hidden.
How can you be sure?
Look, this is geographical data on Ingris. It accounts for a significant portion of all the data we have, and some of it is locked with quantum encryption. The Vulgus surveyed the entire topography of Ingris 100 years ago. For them to go all the way to the Void Abyss to look for topographical information means...
It probably has something to do with the Ironhearts.
Considering how accurately Corell was able to locate the Ironheart, he must have found the information here.
If only we'd been faster. We could have turned the tables on them. Wait. Inez. What's this?
Oh, I was just about to get to that. This data is very old. It's about an engagement the Vulgus fought against an enemy on VV072.
Hang on. Isn't this referring to Aisha's squad?
Yes, that's what I thought too. The way they described how they looked, the technology they used, their firearms, and especially the mention of the rose of Aisha's weapon. Everything fits, down to the bullet specs.
That means Aisha's squad survived the Void Storm and made it to VV072.
It seems that way, but there's no record of what happened to them. If the Vulgus had killed them, it would be in these records. But there's nothing further after an entry saying they lost the targets. It's complicated. Anyway, Descendant, I'll go over this with HQ and get back to you.
Descendant, I need to speak with you in private. Can you spare a minute?
What's going on? I overheard your conversation with Inez and Keelan. As they guessed, the enemy that the Vulgus engaged was definitely Aisha. I had my doubts when I started reviewing the records, but when it got to the part about a red handgun and a rose engraved on it, I was convinced. A handgun engraved with a red rose was Aisha's most cherished weapon. As you know, not many Descendants use handguns as their primary weapon, and no Descendant would insist on using a handgun unless it was an RK unique weapon. For me, that confirmed the enemy that the Vulgus engaged, mentioned in those records, was Aisha. I've been obsessed with finding Aisha, waiting for the right time to go and search for her. Now that the opportunity is finally here, I've been excluded from the operation. I don't resent Alpha's decision. He's made a wise choice. But I need to ask you to do something. It's now or never. Will you look for signs of Aisha during this operation? It doesn't matter how small they are. I want to see them with my own eyes. I desperately need this.
This is Descendant Eckert. Are you busy? I've been refining the Void Vessel record tracking algorithm at HQ's request. I'll need to talk you through it. Could you spare some time?
It isn't easy. In the time that we have been able to observe the Void Abyss, we've run into a problem. It seems that the Colossi in the Void Abyss that we've observed have also spotted Ingris. Seneca believes that our ability to observe the Void Abyss is due to the reduction in space between the Void and Ingris. If Seneca's hypothesis is correct, it also explains how the Colossi in the Void Abyss were able to detect Ingris. The problem is that the wavelengths of the Colossi that have been detected are different than normal. They are several orders of magnitude above standard. It is probably the largest reading ever recorded for a Colossus. Inez is investigating to see if this phenomenon is related to the exploration of VV-072. As soon as we have more information, I will pass it along. Please head to Intercept immediately. I wish you the best of luck, Descendant.
Descendant, I know the situation is urgent, but I have information to relay to you. I will be waiting.
What do you want me to do? Hack something? Place a wiretap? Check data? You're here. This is the device with the improved algorithm. I've added a couple of features to the Void radar configuration. Firstly, I've altered the data collection device so it detects certain wavelengths within the coordinates. I've also added a feature to amplify and track RK traces once detected, even the faintest amount. Even if the level of RK emissions drops below the threshold, it shouldn't be a problem, as long as it has been detected. The device will accurately amplify the traces and recalculate their location. It gave me some headaches along the way, but it all turned out okay. Take it to Seneca and that's it. It'll start functioning once he's installed it. What I found most interesting during the development of the algorithm was in order to reduce the interference from void energy, I had to incorporate the principle of modulation of the gamma value of the reflected wavelength. Descendant? Descendant, are you listening?
I am analyzing the void paradox. Hello, Descendant. I've been waiting for you. That must be the algorithm Eckert modified. I'll apply it right now. When the algorithm activates, you'll be able to detect data that was previously obscured by the high levels of void energy. It'll provide an opportunity to retrieve data that would otherwise be missed due to the wavelengths. The first data to collect is the RK wavelengths remaining on VV-072. These are the records left behind by any descendants. This is a chance for us to see events that took place, people we've lost, and any truths that may have been obscured. Descendant, I hope you return safely after completing the operation. The space-time fabric of the void is extremely illogical.
Launching Void Vessel Exploration Operation.
better I'd like to search inside. This giant facility must have something more than just this growth serum.
I can tell that this place is used just for the echo. Even the hall echoes on forever. I'm certain of this exists in the void abyss. It's a Vulgus ship.
Let's see if there's anything we can use for repairs first. I've checked our comms equipment, but it's completely shot. Damn it. Where the hell are we going to detect okay? We don't really know where to contact them.
Let's not rush to conclusions. What's important right now is to focus and trust our instincts. And probably it's everything on you.
That's right. Let's go. I'll go with you. Talk to me fire. Right. Everyone up on your feet. Let's get moving and look for anything useful. Aisha, are you saying she give up on James? We have to find a way to help him.
Eddie, we have to survive in order to save James. Don't look back, just run.
God. No. That's not James. That monster can't be James.
You're right. That must be a monster just impersonating James. That monster could be James.
Marie, Edward, pull yourself together. We have to remain calm. door collapsed, and I fell to where I am now. I don't know if I can escape. If only Ajax was here. Ajax would have found a safe way back. I should have sent the call signal. I'm sorry for putting you in danger. I know Ajax is probably blaming himself. I can't let my emotions get the better of me. Right now, escaping the ship will allow me the highest chance of survival. James' arm appears in the hull of the ship. I can try to escape through the hole. The screaming seems to have stopped. I best get moving. Wait. Where's my handgun? Did I drop it? No. Ajax engraved a road to left river. Damn it!
Ready to undertake a Void Intercept battle assignment.
Launching Void Vessel Exploration Operation.
This wound is healing already.
The extremely high concentration must be why we can see him regenerating. James, tell me if you feel any discomfort.
I feel a little nauseous and strange. Like the muscles are moving by themselves. The pain is never alive there. Really? Marie, give me a dose of immersive. I know I'm starting to become unbearable.
Alright, Devin. I can also feel your broken ribs seeping into your lungs. I'm gonna give you an even smaller dose than James. Here, let me see your shoulder.
I'm glad the captain is alright. At least the captain is unbreakable.
Eddie, that's not funny. Do you know how worried I am?
I just want to help you relax, Captain. If it weren't for you, we wouldn't have known what to do with ourselves.
That's right. And what's important is that we have one less wounded. You can relax, Captain.
Do you need information? What about?
There are traces of a special wavelength in the Colossus energy that Seneca identified. A trace that only I can detect, thanks to my void energy sensory amplification algorithm. It is very faint, but it is a trace of Arche. Of course, it is possible that the Arche trace on the Colossus is a result of a number of coincidences. It would not be surprising if a Colossus who fought a battle with the ancestors in the distant past retained these traces in the aftermath of the battle. Colossi are also still shrouded in mystery for the most part, so I would not be surprised if some of them have powers related to Arche. Descendant, we need a sample to determine why this Colossus has Arche traces on it. I will collect the data once you have intercepted it.
Descendant, I know you fought your fair share of intercept battles, but this one will be a real challenge. The enemy shows the highest void energy readings of any Colossus I've ever observed. Yet the Colossi that we've dealt with so far fall within what we consider normal range. Well, this one far exceeds that. At first I thought it must be an error. But you are about to face the most powerful Colossus you will have ever encountered. Please, be careful. I'll begin preparations to intercept right away. Are you ready? I am analyzing.
Launching void vessel exploration operation.
Unit C, comms are down. Everyone, if you can hear me, please respond.
Oh, this is James. I'm hurt, but still alive.
I'm alive, too.
Captain! James! Marie! Are you all alright?
Everybody, give me an report.
I think I broke a rib. Other than that, I'm alive. But James is in a critical condition.
Great job, Descendant. We're analyzing the records you uploaded to your receive channel. The results should be available soon, so you'll be able to head out right away. Right on time. We've just completed analysis. The results aren't bad, but they aren't great either. Starting with the results of the detailed analysis, it's been confirmed that all of these records were modified with a specific decryption system developed by Albion headquarters, all with different IDs too. Which means, as we suspected, Aisha's squad did make it to VV-072.
The problem is the next part. We've analyzed the records we believe to have been left by Aisha's squad. I just can't make sense of them.
It's like Keelan said. The more I examine the records, the creepier it gets, the harder it is to understand. It's like a diary of someone suffering from nightmares. It's that erratic. I'm going to request that Data Intelligence do secondary analysis on it. A more detailed analysis might reveal repetitions, or anything that could help us understand what happened. This doesn't seem to be just about Aisha, but about her entire squad. So I hope we can find some clues.
We'll take care of this. You get to HQ and brief them. Before you do, you can upload this data to Ajax's receive channel. I bet he's been waiting for it.
Wow, Keelan, you finally learned some social skills. I'm lost for words. You're going to respond to my messages right away from now on, right?
I've always answered you immediately. With silence.
I tried to hide that I've been waiting for this, but I guess I failed. Thank you for looking out for me.
I didn't do it for your gratitude. And I'd appreciate if next time you don't bring your personal issues into an operation.
Oh, you gotta be kidding me. You were doing so well. Just say something nice.
Were the commander's explanations Descendant, I apologize for rushing you here like this. While conducting the secondary analysis requested by Hound, I discovered something new. The Vulgus weren't just after information about the Ironhearts, they were also looking for something else entirely. It was what you and Keelan discovered during your first foray, the unidentified lifeform. The Vulgus were looking for research data on that lifeform, as well as anything else related to the Ironhearts. Data that could reveal the location of the Ironhearts should be reason enough to go to VV-072. But for them to also look for data on that lifeform means it must represent a great strategic benefit to them. The Ironhearts and the R&D on an unidentified lifeform. The link between them is the Ancestors. Now that we know for certain that VV-072 is not a Vulgus ship, the only other beings capable of building a vessel of that size were the Ancestors. The problem is that we have been unable to figure out why the Ancestors left Ingris after quantum encrypting geographical data on Ingris, and why they researched the creation of the unidentified lifeform on that vessel. It feels like I'm sinking deeper into the void abyss myself the more I investigate this. I wish I could find a clear answer. For now, Command will work with the Magisters to hypothesize the most likely explanation. I'll get back to you when we have something meaningful to report.
Descendant, I believe I have a way to unravel this mystery. This is... Like HQ, I also believe that VV-072 is an ancestor ship. Most of the technology present on VV-072 is a match for that of the Ancestors. Many of the technological marvels created by the Ancestors are based on the same algorithm as I am. Therefore, it should be possible to use my code to access the ship's internal operating systems. And I know Eckert has developed an algorithm that minimizes interference from void energy. This is a new form of analytical code that merges Eckert's algorithm with my decryption code. Uploading this code to the ship's systems should enable you to find the data hidden by the Ancestors. The Ancestors' data is likely to be quantum encrypted, and it will take some time to decrypt it. But if you are patient, you will acquire a vast amount of data. If I had any records relating to the ship, I could have hastened the process. But for some reason, there is no information on the Void Abyss, Void Vessels, or VV-072 in my records. I am perplexed by this, but it is not too late if we hurry. We can still stop the Vulgus and overcome the increasing information gap.
Launching Void Vessel Exploration Operation.
Descendant, VV-072 was a scientific research vessel constructed by the ancestors. The ship was named the Bastion of Eternity. I do not know how this ship ended up adrift in the void abyss, but we can only assume that the ancestors possessed interstellar navigation technology. There was something else that required urgent analysis. The core objective of the ancestors' research on the Bastion of Eternity. This was presumably a way to create the Colossi. The fellow you and Keelan found was not the end goal of the ancestors. The fellow is merely a byproduct of their work on the technology to construct the Colossi. According to the research data you have secured, the ancestors were developing a technology that uses RK as a raw material to separate mind from body, then implants that RK in a mechanical body of considerable power. If, for some reason, all ancestors were transformed into Colossi because of this research, it explains why there are no signs of the ancestors on the Bastion of Eternity now. This research could also be the reason why you could not find any traces of Aisha's squad. The technology to construct Colossi. What could be more tempting to the Vulgus? That must be why the Vulgus continue to search for this. The key technology needed to construct the Colossi, and the records of that research. I have yet to discover any evidence that the ancestors' research was successful, so this is only a theory. I hope that it does not turn out to be correct. Descendant, please report these discoveries to HQ. They require HQ's careful consideration.
This is an important operation, so listen. I have examined the conversation with the guide that you uploaded to the command console. So the ancestors researched the construction of the Colossi, and the Vulgus are looking for that research data. I find this difficult to accept, but we have data that supports the guide's hypothesis. Inez extracted this voice file after filtering out the interference caused by void energy.
Ajax! Ajax!
We analyzed the wavelength of the voice and found that it matched the sounds emitted by the Colossi. There has never been a single reported case of a Colossus speaking a human language. We are even more confused now that we have heard the guide's hypothesis, but HQ will not automatically assume Aisha's squad is deceased. Instead, we're increasing our efforts to find a way to rescue them. It's entirely possible that they left the Bastion of Eternity and are still alive elsewhere. For now, the report and data will be placed on the agenda for an emergency meeting at HQ. I will contact you when the meeting is concluded. Thank you for your efforts with this difficult operation, Descendant.
Do you have a minute?
You may speak freely. I've read and reread the records from the Bastion of Eternity. I must have gone over them dozens of times. But what I read was so unbelievable. What the hell happened to them? I wondered if my prolonged exposure to the energy of the Void Abyss was causing me to hallucinate. That's the only answer I could come up with. I've had experiences in the Void Abyss so vivid that I couldn't tell what was real and what wasn't. But we have no conclusive evidence that Aisha and her squad are dead. As Nell said, it's possible they're still alive, somewhere. And even if something happened to her squad, I believe Aisha is still alive at least. No additional evidence has been found. There is no record of mutation. And I'll never give up on rescuing her. I'll find her, no matter the cost. I know it took a lot of hard work and dedication on your part to acquire this information. Thank you for that, and also for what it means to me, personally. I may not be able to leave right away, but once we've found all of the Iron Hearts, I'll go to the Void Abyss. I will never give up hope. But until the right time presents itself, I'll focus on finding the Iron Hearts. Thank you, Descendant. I won't forget this.
Descendant, well done. Since the operation is finished, can we talk for a second? Great, you're here. I just wanted to let you know that you did good. When we began this operation, I thought we probably needed to maybe be a little more careful than normal. But as things progressed, I realized we were actually in for a real challenge. Without your help, we would have never got through this. Thank you, Descendant. I really wish I could have been there. It's a real shame. Anyway, Descendant, would you like to join our unit? We could really use someone as capable as you. I'll treat you really, really well. Just think about it, okay?
If I were you, I'd think about the offer.
Keelan, it's times like these that we need to recruit a competent Descendant. We're already short-staffed. We won't have another opportunity like this for a long time.
She's been like this ever since she completed her hound training. She tries to recruit anyone who looks promising to make up for her lack of troops.
Who was it that came up to you when you were brooding in a corner? Everyone I've recruited is doing just fine, right?
Yeah, that's why I said I like them. They don't get in the way, and they can hold their own.
Then shouldn't you put more effort into trying to recruit them?
I'll think about it.
Ugh, always with the attitude. Anyway, good job, Descendant.
Yeah, good work. See you later.
The space-time fabric of the void is extremely illogical.
readings are rapidly being lost, along with the Colossus. I will try to collect the voice data before it disappears. We will need to examine the Colossus samples quickly. I am analyzing the sample of the Colossus I collected. This is... I detect RK energy, as expected. But it seems this Colossus holds a more complex secret. My ancestor database does not include any reference to Colossi that react to RK energy. This means that this Colossus was either never discovered and therefore not recorded, or it is a completely evolved new type of Colossi. I need you to forward this data to HQ, Descendant. This Colossus requires further analysis.
Idiots! How dare you! I'll kill you! I'll kill you! I'll kill every one of you! Don't touch that! There's valuable data! The data! Priceless! It hurts! It hurts! You idiots! It's all because of you! All because of you! Starving. I'm starving to death. It's all your fault. No. No. I didn't do anything wrong. It's not me. Shut. Stop. Don't go any further. You. Curse. You.
What is it now? Descendant, I have reviewed your conversation through the command console. To be honest, this is a nightmare. I think the data analyzed by the guide and her opinion on it are valid, and Alpha agrees. However, we are not at the stage where we can be certain of anything based on data analysis alone. We have neither the technology nor knowledge to test this hypothesis at this time, so we will keep the information classified. We shouldn't cause people to panic through unconfirmed information. Descendant, I know this is a big ask, but we need more information about these Colossi. Seneca is also investigating this matter. He may have found something within the collected data. Please check in with him.
You need information about the Colossi. Welcome, Descendant. Your performance in the intercept battle was very impressive. Thanks to you, we were able to gather quite a lot of data. The recorded voices in particular have challenged everything we've ever known about the Colossi. I did a detailed analysis of the voice data, and the results are more surprising than I could have ever expected. The source of this voice is clearly the Colossus's vocal mechanism, but the wavelength matches that of a human voice. In other words, the Colossus is speaking a human language. HQ has requested that the results of the analysis be classified for the time being. Now, I understand why. I was as shocked as anyone would be considering the circumstances. Nothing good can come from disclosing this kind of information. Now that Ingris' location has been revealed, it's likely that we'll see more Colossi emerge from the Abyss in the future. If that's the case, I'd like you to intercept them. You should be able to gather more voice data through intercept battles against Colossi from the Abyss. I'm going to do some research into why this is happening.
Oh, a special human child. What do you need? Descendant. I've developed a way to increase the performance of the inversion reinforcement device. You used to wear the device on your wrist to control the inversion energy in the Ironheart particles. I've been able to improve it with a simple adjustment and some research. Now it's attached to your chest, close to your heart and the pulsations of RK energy. The device's name is the Ancestor's Pulse, a modified version of the inversion reinforcement device. I used Vulgus technology and a little ingenuity. With the Ironheart particles injected by the Ancestor's Pulse, your RK will be even stronger. Of course, I used the Vulgus's inversion technology to refine the device's design and ensure stability. As long as you don't inject too many particles, you shouldn't have to worry about the dangers of inversion energy. Oh, HQ said they would periodically recall all of the inversion reinforcement devices, correct? The highly contaminated inversion energy accumulated in the device will provide excellent samples to study. Don't worry, I'll pass this on to HQ myself. This worked well. I'm sure I'll be able to devise very impressive new technology in the future.